Hey guys, I'm in the backyard and I've opened up the garage doors to look at these two C10 trucks that I have. This is a 1975 Chevy C10 truck that goes by the name of Sky. And this is the 1978 Chevy truck that goes by the name of Billy James. And you've probably heard GM Tim on YouTube mention Billy James. Billy James is from the same county that my friend Brian, that's GM Tim 38, same county he's from. I've never met the man, it's an actual person. But this is it. Somehow I wound up with it, pieced it together to get it to look as good as it does. I have not started either one of these trucks in several months. That's my fault, I guess, but there's just so much going on in my life. Just doing the video takes up a lot of time. And there's other things going on. So I won't get into all that. It's nothing bad. It's just my wife and I stay extremely busy. We go from morning till night doing something. Anyway, I tried to start this one, this 75 C10 truck Sky, because I didn't think it would start because the battery was weak. And sure enough, it wouldn't start. The battery's just too weak. I'm going to have to invest in a new battery for this truck. I love this truck. I love both the trucks. The 78 Chevy truck here, Billy James, all I've done is connect the batteries up. I've already took the battery off this one. Going to put it on the charger, and I'm going to have to buy a new battery. That battery just won't cut the mustard. It spun the engine over, but that was about all it's going to do. It's just a dead old battery. So, I've connected the battery on this one. I haven't even tried to start it. I put the key in to make sure I had the right key for this truck, and we'll see if it'll start. It's got a new, if I can squeeze myself in here, I kind of got khaki cornered. Okay. Okay. Phew. I still don't have the door shut good, but it don't matter. There we go. Man, it's hot. Hot outside. Okay, I'm going to give it a few pumps. It's got a new Edelbrock carburetor on it. Let's see how quick it starts. It's been a few months. I'll be surprised. I hope the battery's good on this. Come on, buddy. Battery's good anyway. Hopefully it will. By golly, it did. I honestly cannot tell you when I started these last. It's been at least 2 months. At least. I brought a little bit of gas back here. I'm going to put something in it. I think it's just about to run out. This truck has been pieced together. It took 4 trucks to make this one. So when you see it out in the daylight, I'll back it up here in a minute. Let you look at it. See what you think. I'm one of those type people. Me, myself, and my wife, Mrs. PIB, and GM Tim 38 Brian and Tim Dixon, we're all kind of attracted to cars and trucks that pretty much left for dead or on their way to the grave. So that's kind of, I don't know, I just feel good about maybe saving one. Brian's the same way, and so is Tim. I mean, I don't know. Expensive trucks and stuff, I'm proud people can have them, you know, brand new diesel trucks and stuff, but I'm just not one of those people. I'd just rather have an old, I guess you'd call it clunk when you see it. Got me some glue traps in here, there's nothing on them. And that's a good thing. I was expecting a mouse or something. I'm going to see if this thing will back up. hopefully. I gotta go slow. I'm right next to a dang hood. Okay, I'll let it sit here for just a minute. Hang on. Okay, I just put 2 gallons in it. From the lawnmower, I didn't know exactly if this gas hand was true or not, but I guess it is. Liquid gold. Hang on. Okay, guys, that's my wife telling me she made it to her destination okay. Like I said, I hadn't started this thing in at least 2 months, maybe longer. But it's a 78 Chevy truck. And this is what Brian, GM10, was talking about. It's got a 350 in it. It's got a little tick. Can you hear it? I don't know what's up with it. It was an AC truck, but I don't have any of the AC stuff. This truck's got a whole bunch of new parts on it. This motor and transmission was out of a 4-wheel drive Chevy truck that I had. You know, of course, new brakes, new brake lines, new hoses. This truck, when I got it, did not have a motor in it or transmission. The doors and the fenders, let's see. Let's see. Let me get this right. Best I can remember. The door and the fender was off of another truck. Both fenders in the door. I was wanting to buy the driver's side door too, off of an old truck somebody had in another county from where we live. Is on the marketplace or something, and it didn't. Dang, I need that piece right there. Anyway, I wound up, I couldn't afford to get the other door, the driver's side door, so I got the fenders, the door. Then the hood came off of another truck at the junkyard, and the bed came off of a wrecked truck that I bought at a muffler shop. And I seen the truck this came off of. It was a nice old truck, but I guess he went into the ditch or avoided a deer or something. I'm not sure, but I wound up buying the wrecked truck and putting the bed on this thing. So it's took 4 trucks to make this one. The interior is out of the wrecked truck too, along with the bed. So the seats, you know, the dash, everything is off of that wrecked truck. Now my wife and I, or my wife has, she's redone these Cheyenne emblems for me, repainted them for me. She done a really good job, and I have plans of playing with this truck this summer. Maybe putting some penetrol and stuff on it, and maybe a little more, I don't know. But I just hadn't had time to do nothing. And okay, so we lowered it and put these wheels and tires on it from Ronnie Tyler's in Madisonville, Tennessee. That's where I always get my wheels. Somebody's going to ask me what size they are, and for the life of me I can't never remember, but I get asked that a lot. Let's see if I, oh, that's 245 40/20s. I think these are 275 40/20s. 275 40/20s. I had to get a new exhaust. Like I said, it's got all new brakes. You know, a bunch of new mechanical stuff on this truck. Got me the sport bumper, new tail lights, just all kinds of stuff for this truck. I don't know. When my wife and I fool with these old trucks, there's not a whole lot I can do mechanical. I'm just not mechanically inclined. I'm just not. But to get one this far costs a lot of money. Of course, it's got new bumpers front and back. Put the bumper guards on, painted the headlight bezels, painted the grill, and it just so happened that the grill I found had a decent emblem in it. I need to clean it up. It's just really late in the day. I've already been busy, and I thought I need to go out here and start these things, let them run for just a minute. It seems like that's all I ever have time to do anymore, if I get to do that. But I really like the old truck. I think it'd be a dandy. That ticking is not real bad, but I'd like for Brian's kind of wired up for, like, in his brain, for a mechanic. So I mean, I'm just not. I don't know what I'm wired up for, but it's not that. But I think the truck, if you go back on my older videos, when I first got this truck, it was being hauled off for scrap. It was on the trailer. The guy was hauling it off, and he threw it up on Marketplace and said it was going to the scrap yard. Well, there was about, he told me, about 20 or 25 people that was wanting to buy the truck. But it just so happened, for some reason, the Lord just kind of directed me, and I wound up buying the truck. I was the first one to reply, and I asked him, I said, do you care if I pay you this evening? He said, buddy, he said, money, I need money now. He said, there's at least 20 other people waiting to buy this truck if you don't get it. And I mean, the whole front end was tore up. I mean, there was nothing left, but it had a few good parts, but I don't know. GM Tim 38 told me, he said, do not fix this truck. It's going to cost a bunch of money. And by golly, he was right. But anyway, it had a clear title. I went and got money out of the bank and met him, and he put the truck over at Tim Dixon's at Gas X Chop Shop, and it sat there for a while. And I've slowly but surely gathered up parts. What I'd like to do this summer is penetrol it, and maybe let Brian, like I said, look at the engine, and maybe a few other little things here and there. I'm thinking about, y'all give me your comments on this. I live in East Tennessee. I'm thinking about taking this sticker off. That was our governor, I guess, 2006. And I'm thinking about taking this heartbeat off. It was on here when I got the truck. Let me check the temperature. Guess I need to look, don't I? Oh, doing fine. So, I've got to repaint all this and get some more. There's a lot to do, but it should be fun. I hate this part right here where the radio was cut out. I hate when people do that. I mean, it's their truck, but honestly, I hate when people do that, because you can't never put an original back in unless you weld it in something, and money. So I guess I'll just leave it without one for now, because I can't afford to get a radio. I'm on a budget, so. But anyway, the carpet and the seat and the dash all came from the wrecked truck. I'm just tickled to death to get. I never imagined it in my mind looking this good, so I'm really, really happy about it. Tim's done a little bit of metal work on the cab corners, as you can see. Put new rockers in. I'm trying to remember some of the other places. Probably needs a little there, but I don't care. I'm into patina style. That side's good. I might get Tim to address that other side one of these days. Fix the cab corners and rockers and such. But it'll come around. And that new carburetor, Edelbrock carburetor, I never had a new carburetor before in my life, brand new out of the box. And I kind of like Edelbrocks. I think it's a 1406. Now I could be wrong, but it seems like a pretty good carburetor. As you've seen, it started pretty quick for as long as this thing sit here. So I have a lot of plans for it, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, Primer Does Best, maybe you can keep up with it. It's hard to believe, to me, it's hard for me to believe that every piece that I bought for this truck wound up being white. I could not imagine. I figured I'd have a blue door, green hood, but every time something come up, it was white. Just like, I don't know, sometimes I think the Lord helps. Well, the Lord does help me a lot, but I get to thinking, well, you know, he's wanting me to have this, and maybe he didn't want me to have that door because I couldn't afford it that day. But I'm like everybody else. I mean, I'm on a budget, and I just do little bit. I've had this truck for several years, and I mean, this is just as far as I've got with it. It's got a new radiator in it. You know, you're not going to believe this, but every little thing adds up. It adds up. I mean, you know, you're doing, my wife and I are doing without in order to buy another part. You know, hey, well, when we get this, you know, we'll be this far. You know, kind of like that. I mean, I hope y'all understand. I don't know, some people, you know, go out and get $100 meal or something like that. That is not me. That is not me at all. So we're on the, we was on the $5 menu all the time. Now I think it's $5.95, and that's just every once in a while. So the way things are this day and age, you just got to do the best you can. But anyway, let me know what you think about this old truck, Billy James, and should you take those stickers off. Those are kind of like from the 80s, I guess. I don't know, it kind of matches the interior, but I'm trying to kind of freshen it up a little bit. So what do you think? I don't know that I'll paint these spots that Tim fixed. I might just do them like I did this truck here, this 75 C10 truck Sky. See, I just kind of left all these spots. Tim Dixon at Gas X Chop Shop, I cannot thank him enough. He C-notched this truck, and I mean, he's just done a bunch of metal work to this everywhere on this truck. And people don't realize how much it costs to do that, you know, on both sides of the truck. And all I done was, you know, cleaned it, put some Penetrol on it, and cleared it so it wouldn't rust. It's just going to stay bare metal. I kind of like that look. That's just me though. And that Penetrol really brought out all these brown spots. I love that. But anyway, I'll do another video on this, and when the battery charges up, and you know, we'll just kind of go from there. This video is long. Golly, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it so long. Y'all have a blessed day. You're watching Primer at His Best on YouTube. If you'd like to subscribe, I would appreciate it. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. That is me, my man on a budget. I'm like everybody else. Everything that I do, anybody else can do too. And even more if you're kind of mechanical minded. I'm just not. I don't know what I'm wired up for, but oh yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm sorry, Man on a Budget 1. Primer at His Best on YouTube. Primer at His Best Instagram. Primer at His Best Facebook. So if you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Maybe we can have some fun this summer. I got some more trucks coming home. I got 3 over at Tim's now. The 78 GMC as of this video. 78 GMC truck Shannon, the 84 C10 truck Left Turn Bill, and the 88 OBS truck Sam. We always name our vehicles, and I named this one, or Tim did, I guess, named it Billy James because it's an actual person. Billy James was a like a NASCAR driver. He's friends with I'm not going to mention any names. He's friends with some of the high-profile NASCAR drivers, and Billy James used to drive this truck and outrun the law in it. Of course, not with the motor that's in it. It didn't have one when I got it. But I don't think Billy James missed any ditches or fence posts or anything in this truck. He would outrun the law. They said he would just jump off into cornfields and just get it and get away from them. And you can tell it by the body if you look back at my older videos. But in his honor, I've never met the man, but in his honor, name of this one's Billy James. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. The Lord's in charge. Appreciate you watching. God bless each and every one of y'all. Hope you stay safe, and I hope that you'll come back to Primer at His Best and Man on a Budget on YouTube. I sure do appreciate y'all listening to me. See y'all later.